Year's Eve 2025. I'm Skari, your grateful host, and if you're tuning in here, we're going to be talking a little bit about Warhammer. We're going to do some hobby. We're just going to spend some time chatting with chat and hanging out. I've essentially taken 2 weeks off for the holidays, and I thought, hey, why not? I was watching a little bit of television today and yesterday, and it's like I want to do a live stream. I just want to hang out and kind of do some painting and just be with all of you folks, lovely folks here on the interwebs, and just kind of chat and talk and see about doing a few things I need to get done. But welcome. Thanks for coming to hang out. Pirate Panda in chat. Wally. UK Knits. Hello. Hello, everybody. Of course, if you want to help the channel out, make sure you leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, or share it with someone. But as long as they're going to watch the whole thing, right? Don't just have them click on it and get off in like 30 seconds, because that's not how the algorithm likes to work. I'm actually excited. I've got a couple of things going on, and this year is going to be great. 2025 was awesome, and going into 2026 is going to be just as awesome. But thank you for coming to hang out, everybody. Yeah, I'm still crazy. That's New Year's Eve viewing sorted. There you go, Richard. There you go. Frontline Gaming, what's going on? Howdy. Who's on the other line of the Frontline Gaming Network today? Is it, you know, any of the Frontline Gaming team? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I've got, I have to put some glue on this disintegrator because I'm running Cabalite Cartel at a local team event in, I want to say, 2 weeks? The TGX in Toronto, not Toronto, near Toronto. And so I am running a couple of disintegrated cannon ravagers. I think I actually put that in my list, right? Submitted that in my list, which is funny because I don't actually have 2 ravagers equipped with disintegrators. I have tons of disintegrators. I just hadn't equipped them yet. So I had to grab some extra magnets, and I'm essentially just making sure that my magnet, my Ravager magnet thing is working. And then we're good to go. I've got some Scourge I want to paint. I got some, got a couple of different things I'm working on. But that's pretty much it. Yeah. What are you folks working on? Where are you tuning in from? How you know, it's going to be a good time. Hey, Sam, what's going on? Glad to see you as well. Vivian, I have a question concerning Drukhari. Ooh, is that in my wheelhouse? Do I know anything about that faction? You know, have I only disappeared for a month and a half from the tournament scene, and so everything I say has no bearing anymore because there's new up and comers in the Drukhari scene, and you know, and it's only the things that are present that are important? Or is it the old school like me that is the meat and potatoes of the faction? I have a rumor they're going to have new bases and new models. Do we have info? I don't really talk in rumors or leaks or anything like that because I like to have stuff in front of me when I talk about it. I talk in tangible evidence, my friend. However, it'd be cool if they did. Like the addition, like the models are quite old, and you know they took a lot of our stuff away and put it in Legends. So it'd be cool if we got some new stuff, right? Hello, Kisme, what's going on? You're building up as well. Nice. 2 hours to go until New Year. Awesome. It's funny, I woke up on the Patron Discord, or the Discord, the Denizen Discord. There's people on there from all over the world. And, you know, there's folks that were like, you know, basically having a good time all the way in Australia, like at 10 a.m. or whatever, Toronto time. And it's neat to see everybody kind of getting excited about it, you know. It's kind of fun. It's fun to see it all happen, so I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. Working, I really need to paint stuff. Anybody have tips on finding the stock of Drukhari? Literally can't find any Hellions. I know, Hellions are the be-all end-all right now, I think. Can I change this? I don't know why this, let's see. Why is it, let's see if I can configure the video here. So if I do brightness, no. I don't know, like I haven't actually used this in a while. it's really about the, where is the camera control? Ah, there we go. I don't know why it's on autofocus. Should have probably done this earlier, but you can kind of see what I'm working on, I guess, eh? I guess I could do autofocus. Should be fine. Anyway, whatever. It is what it is. Really need to paint a bunch of models. Nice. Working on Assault Terminators. Nice. Florida. Haven't worked on my Nari Venoms. Nice. Lord Nerdbane. Hey, what's going on? Thanks for coming to hang out. Got some old Eldar Phantom Titans for a game of Epic. Oh, the small Phantoms. That's awesome. Nearly taken 40 years, Richard. Well, to be honest, I have actually a box of old, a box of like epic orcs and stuff like that. Like I've got a ton of that stuff from back in the day as well. Not excited about what I'm doing. I'm sad, says Kisme. Yeah, it's all good. You should, you know, one thing at a time is how I like to look at it, to be honest. Hope we get 0 resculpts for units that are legal. Yeah, makes sense. Welcome, Nurgle Matthew. How's it going? Sorry, I'm going to be doing a little bit of work on these Scourge because I want to bring them to speed. I had what was it? I worked on like 2 of my units of Scourge, and then my new list has like an extra unit of Scourge in it because I'm doing the Carbine Scourge for the tournament. So I'm like, you know what? I should probably put a little bit of effort into them. And just kind of, I have to put some washes on and stuff. So I'm just bringing up the colors up to speed here, and then I'll do some highlights after the washes and all that good stuff. So it's a good time. Good time. Just one wing at a time, you know? I don't really go back and like take a look at stuff, but since I'm not like developing crazy competitive lists this season, like I am, but I'm not, I've decided to go for more of a chill approach this year to the gaming, in the sense that, not chill in that sense, like I'm still going to be doing competitive stuff, I'm still coaching folks, and I'm still like up to date with everything. But it's like in my own personal hobby, I've got like a bunch of hobby projects I'm working on. So 2026 is going to be a very good all-round year. I'm going to have a lot of things going on, and I'm really excited about it. You know, Dan from the Red Dragon and I have partnered up again for another year of gaming, and we're going to be doing events, but the events are going to be more local or whatever. Yeah, that'll be good. It'll be a fun time. I've been working on some Chaos Space Marine Possessed. Nice. 17 out of 30 painted. That sounds really cool. Great toque. I know, I love this one. It's the little bunny rabbit toque. And it makes me happy every time I wear it. It's also super comfortable. It's, I think, a Canadian brand. Do you paint all your models on your own? Most of my models I do. There are a couple of models that I haven't painted myself, and they're mainly, sorry for everybody who's, a couple of models that I have not painted on my own, and that's, some of my Black Templars, my Primaris Black Templars, because I had a bunch of them in a box forever, and I was like, I need to update my Black Templar collection, and this was like 3 years ago. I was like, I have 0 time to like get everything I need to get done, and so to like inject get it started or whatever, I did get a bunch of my Black Templars commission painted, but I've been going back and kind of redoing them, which is why, for example, you see these guys are on the board, because like the guy that did them, I wasn't really happy with how they finished up, and I basically have to go and do all the detail work on them. So I've been doing all the detail work. I've been doing I did all the bases. I've been doing all the shoulder pads and freehand. So even though they were commissioned, like I'm still getting a lot of work done on them, essentially. So that's just how I roll. Just put paint on it, you used to say, right? That's still a thing. The reason is more that I love my models, just don't find the way playing them I like, so the vibe, you know? Yeah, having a vibe with what you're doing is like super important. Super important. Especially if you want to keep with something like over a long period of time. And whether or not the rules are good or bad, if you're vibing with something, like in the game of Warhammer, you're more likely to put effort into it, like to kind of offset any of the like stuff that's not necessarily good. And also to put time and effort into it as well. Hey, Robert Lambert, what's going on? Happy New Year to you as well. Thanks a lot for coming to hang out. Happy New Year, Joel. Just put paint on it. That's right. Classic, old school. All through the pandemic, right? I was, what is it, 160 episodes back to back? Like 160 days of daily episodes with guests and people from all over the world. And with Tanya, Tanya the War Mistress Gates, and we'd have guests from all over. It was awesome. Those are some awesome streams. You know, I always look back and go, man, it'd be nice to kind of do it again, but holy moly, was that a huge amount of effort, and time, really, mainly the time right now, which would be like hard to sort of like justify. Unless it became lucrative or like, you know, paid the bills, in which case then I would do it all the time, right? You know, but it's definitely something I like to do. Very good day, Joach. What's going on? Order full 2,000 point guard army. That's awesome. Simrid says, also working on my next Scourge unit after finishing Malice. Having a lazy New Year's Eve with the missus, though we both wanted to chill one. Back to painting tomorrow. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, that's the spirit. I was just hanging out with the missus herself and my son, and we were watching, we did like a morning binge, couple episodes of Stranger Things. So we've been, like, my son and my wife watched Stranger Things together. They watched it together when it came out or as it came out. So now they're kind of roping me into the whole thing. So I'm like, sure, I'll watch it. You know, so we have like a family sort of like show that we can watch together. And then the wife and I have, over this holiday, I've actually been going back to watch The Sopranos. Like, man, just, you know, because we watched it back when in our 20s or whatever, back when, you know, I could afford HBO or whatever, like late 20s. So we're just revisiting that decades later. It's cool to see it again. Hello, salut from France. Painting a Black Templar, Marshall. Nice. Speaking of Black Templars, I do have a few Black Templars on my paint table. I've got the Crusade Ancient or whatever. Like, he's going to be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to painting him. I've got my Excruciator as well. Looking forward to painting him. He's slowly coming up to speed. Come on, camera. There we go. See, it's going to be a good little paint job there. Then we've got this guy over here, this Castellan. Yeah, slowly working on him. He was another one of the ones that got commissioned, but I had to like touch up. Same as Grimaldus. So I had to touch him up because it's like a lot of the colors were kind of scuffed. And the Xenobite Servitors, which have been a lot of fun to like paint and stuff. And then I've got a couple extra things that I have on like my paint table as well. But if you're all having a fun time painting, that sounds great. It is one of those things where I hope you're having a good time. Hey, to Pink, what's going on? Working on 8-bound for a 5,000 point game per side. Nice. I like those big, fun games. They're always so entertaining. I'll tell you, I tend to have at least one Apocalypse game every year with Davis. So I used to do it with Gear Guts Mech Shop. It was like the big game, which is what we called it. And then that kind of has fallen through over the years. But huge shout out to Kyle from Gear Guts Mech Shop. Like, he's awesome. He has the same birthday as me. January the 14th. That's right. My birthday's coming up. I'm going to be 39 years old. Can you believe it? 39. That's right. I don't feel a day over 25. But my body does sometimes feel it when I wake up. I'm like, damn, my neck is stiff because I slept funny. I'm like, oh, I can tell I'm not 25. Painting of Black Templars. Nice. I didn't know you liked Black Templars. Black Templars are my original army. They're the thing I started playing Warhammer with. So absolutely, I love my Black Templars. I just kind of typecast myself into the whole Drukhari main thing. But originally, Black Templars all the way. You know, that's like my army is technically Black Templars first and Dark Eldar second. But you know, so every once in a while, like just for funsies, like I play them in my like local league or whatever, or I just like pull them out for a spin. You know, painting my Spectacle of Spite Witches. That's cool. That sounds fun. 8 days after you, Skari, hitting the big 45. Nice. Been playing this game since I was 15. That's awesome. I've been playing it since I was 12. So, yeah, since like 3rd edition. Yeah, that's the edition I started in. And all these kids, man, playing this game. Most of the Dark Eldar models I own are like older than some of the, like even these skirts, like these were back when they were re-released, you know. You know, when they were still sold on 25mm bases. Hey, Marco, what's going on? Thanks for coming to hang out. Is the brush tasting good? It's delicious. I'm a certified brush licker. Certified brush licker. Been doing it for years. Actually, I usually have like a cup of tea or coffee, and then so many times my brush ends up getting washed in my coffee or my tea. It's like just hilarious when it happens. I'm like, oh, that's coffee. Yeah, I just was so intense and trying to figure out what I was doing. Would never do this. With my brushes are always ruined after one miniature. I've got lots of old brushes. The key is to then use the brush as it like bends or folds in certain ways. Like you have to learn just how to use that brush as it's bent to just get the most out of the bend. Like let the brush do its thing. And then you adapt to the brush, basically. Let the brush kind of dictate what it's going to be. And is that too poetic of me? Philosophical, even. Black Templars got you into Warhammer. Nice. Yeah, I'm telling you, Black Templars are the shit. I love them. Have you tried Black Tide, this codex? No, I only own one Crusader squad. I don't spam things. When I like, the reason I have like all the Dark Eldar stuff is that you know, I've been collecting Dark Eldar forever, so I've got like 3 of everything or whatever, a lot of everything, because it's definitely, I put a lot of effort into building my Dark Eldar collection. When it comes to the Black Templars, though, I'll beat you with a list that's 1 of everything. I don't need to spam anything. And when I play it, it's like I don't play it because I want to spam things. I play it because I want to play armies that remind me of when I was playing Black Templars back in 3rd edition, right? So I still run like my Land Raider Crusader, and I still run, you know, I'll run like a Dreadnought, and like it'll look very much like an old school 3rd edition list with just a little bit of everything. And I love it, and it works great. You know, I don't need to overthink it. I just play it. Don't overthink it. I just play it. And that's the key. There we go. Sometimes all you need is that extra coat to like make the colors kind of pop, which is nice. Hello, got a Star Weaver. We are in fact a Black Templar channel. That's right. Painting Hellbrick. That's awesome. What is the best indirect fire unit for 170 points for guard? I don't know. I have a Basilisk. I tend to run a Basilisk and some mortars. That's the stuff I run for indirect for my guard. Because yes, I also have guard. I have a guard army that has a whole bunch of the old Talaran models, like the Desert Raiders. It was my dad's army. And, you know, ever since you know, my dad doesn't really play anymore. So I've kind of, you know, kind of kept them protected in my collection. Getting my Dark Elves ready for a friend. Nice. Dark Elves, are you 2,000 points of Dark Elves? Is that like fantasy as well, Joel? Are you looking forward to 500 worlds? Yeah, it sounds really cool. Like, if they do, I don't know if it's supposed to be like a global campaign or whatever, but I grew up on those global campaigns, you know. The Fall of Medusa, the Armageddon Crusade campaign, the Armageddon campaign, the what was it? There's another one. Vogan? No, not Vogan. Yeah, Medusa 5 was like the main one. The Eye of Terror, that's it. They did like an Eye of Terror campaign. That was really fun. That was back in the day. You had like the website and you had to like go online and log all your things. That's probably the last real one I did, that one and the Medusa one. But I don't think they ran many others after that. I think they ran one recently with like one of the starter sets that they released. I don't know if it was the Leviathan one or whatever, but I didn't really get into that. It would have been cool too, though, I guess. Right? Old school Black Templars. You know it, Nurgle. Well, when we played against each other 2 years ago, told the story why I played World Leaders. That was my brother's army. He's no longer with us. Yeah, I do remember that. That was 2 years ago already? Holy moly. That was a while ago. It was, did we do a live stream? Was that what it was? We live streamed together? It's always good to have those stories and to have those things that we do, you know, for us, you know what I mean? Like nothing else, just for us. To, you know, do as a remembrance or, yeah. Artillery with heavy mortar and the heavy weapons squad with mortars are the best indirect for the points. It makes sense. Viewer, what's your proudest moment in competitive 40k? I think it's a conglomeration of moments. Like, I'm very proud of what we did last year with the whole run for first and stuff. Coming 6th in the world was pretty damn awesome, considering I didn't actually, like, win any big events. You know, and I did it mainly with Index Drukari, which is hilarious. But like from a personal accolade thing, that's probably one of my favorites. From a thing that makes me feel good is I love helping run the Mike Mudd Memorial Tournament every year. You know, I'm very proud of the Mike Mudd Memorial and what we've done over the 14 years we've been running it since our friend passed away, and we basically run this tournament in his name, Mike Mudd Memorial Tournament, and that's happens every like November, and we've been running it since. Took a couple of years off because of COVID, but other than that, it's like the event that I like really will not miss, right? Every year, like I do not miss the Mike Mudd, and his parents still come out and hand out the awards, and like it's like I'm very that's the one that's probably the closest to my heart, like 40k thing or Warhammer thing. Like some people do like charity streams, like for, you know, raising money and fundraisers and stuff. But it is a fundraiser for the local animal shelter, which I'm, you know, very, very happy about helping out every year. But that's probably the thing that I'm like the most proud of in that sense, and it's a community effort. It's not just me. Good evening, Robbie. What's going on? Super stoked to run 500 Worlds with my Black Templars. Nice. That sounds really fun. Like, I can't wait for more information on it, you know. How's it going to work? Like, all that stuff. Because what was it, at the World Championships of Warhammer, they kind of teased it, right? They kind of showed us. They had it up on stage. We didn't really get a chance to, like, flip through the pages or anything, but they basically showed it off, and Like the models they showed off looked really cool too and everything. So looking forward to seeing kind of like how it all turns out. Hello! Hello, Jeff. What's going on? Made my first game at 1,000 points yesterday against Necrons. I lost because I missed juice to fight back. You missed juice to fight back? Don't understand what that means. Skari, just because Games Workshop paints are non-toxic so you can sell them to kids doesn't mean you should be licking your brush. I know. It's a habit. It's a bad habit. Definitely a habit that's already ingrained into my brain, sir. I technically know they are non-toxic, but, you know, if there's anything that's going to kill me, it's probably going to be all the microplastics in our food cookware or anything. So let's just say that I'm not too worried. Like, it is what it is. Hey, Tabletop Chuck, holy moly, what's going on? Nice to see you out here. Thank you so much for the gifted membership. That is really cool of you. Thank you very much. Kisme, got your membership. Nice. There you go, Kisme. Got a cool membership from Tabletop Chuck. Access to all the like bonus Patreon videos tends to go up for members as well here on the YouTubes. Yeah, Happy New Year to you as well, man. Thanks a lot for coming to hang out. Do we think we will get a Drukhari detachment that will properly let us use the new Eldar Corsairs? Well, I'm not sure about Eldar Corsairs, as I don't really talk about rumors or leaks, really, because when things come out, I will discuss them. That's just how it is. I don't like wasting my breath on ifs, ands, or buts. I don't find it a useful allocation of resources. Also, you know, to safeguard the relationship I have with Games Workshop, I don't really talk about rumors or condone leaks. One of my local clubs got a cash donation together for over £1,000 for a whole bunch of food, toys for the local cat dog shelter. That is awesome. Yeah, it's easy to forget that like animal shelters also need help sometimes. You know what I mean? Like whenever I go to buy food for the cats, you know, I have 3 cats. You know, especially this time of year, they'll have like their little donation things. Like, do you want to buy food for a cat or a dog or whatever for the local animal shelter? And I'll always buy like some food for the local animals in the shelter. Short of like, you know, adopting all of them and bringing them over to live in the house, which is not something I could really do. You know, trying to give back. I'm starting Space Wolf's army. Nice. Not even buts? Nope. No if, ands, or buts. None of them. None of the above. Can't have none of it. None of that stuff. Don't make me repeat it. If, ands, or buts. Now you're going to get me. Something I have not done today is taken my ADHD medication. Because by the time I remembered, it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. If I take it too late in the day, I just won't sleep. So I'm like, well, I guess you have my lizard brain, my little squirrel lizard brain for the rest of the day, folks. That and my weird tonality or pace of speaking that kind of drives people insane. You're the reason I got into Drukhari, says quoted. Nice. I love it so much, but I'm still really bad. Well, I'm glad that you're enjoying, I'm glad that you're enjoying it. The whole "I'm so really bad" thing, that's definitely something that gets fixed over time. You just have to sort of like put the effort into it, learn, watch videos, listen, you know. You can ask anybody who I've helped coach, like with Drukhari or whatever. Like it's a very involved army, right? So it's not easy to sort of like maximize what you're doing with the army because you sort of need to be present to really kind of get the most out of it. And it's not something that a lot of folks want to put the effort into, to be honest. Hey, do you have any tips? Oh man, this chat's going a lot faster than I thought. Do you have any tips facing Gene Steel Cult as Dark Eldar? I had a rude awakening yesterday against a friend. L2 Evis. Yeah, so number one, learn about Gene Steel Cult. Number two, you have to play the primary game very aggressively against Gene Steel Cult. So like stand on the primary objectives and don't be too shy to like spread out and use the table space, which I think one of the most important things that you can do. Other than that, you have to like get ready to kill all their little screens and stuff that they use. Like, so important. Just kill all the screens, all of them. Just get them dead. Kill the screens as quickly as possible. Okay, so what am I doing here? Kind of really wanted to do some extra work on them. So the thing about like all of this stuff is like you go over and I'm like, I'm gonna get back to these, and then it takes me like so many years to get back to this stuff. Yeah, I'm like, I'm totally gonna come back and work on these. So another thing that you should know about Dark Eldar is that, see, you can, I use super glue so that it's very easy to pop off all this stuff. And then, as you can see in there, it's a little magnet. I don't know if you can see it. Pow. Come on. No. There we go. Little magnet that I've already put in there. Because of when I'm using different weapons. I just hadn't put magnets on these, so I had to glue them. But, so I'm going to be using them as something else, so just kind of popping all them off. Gonna have to make sure that I kind of work on that. Just do some of that. There we go. Oh no, that one's like glued on real good. Why you so? There we go. Pow. Done. Oh, this one has no magnet. Okay, that's why. And then this one. Oh no, I broke the little thingy. Sad. This is one. Ah, my gosh, crying out loud. I've forgotten this one was busted from the ankle. Rats. I'd done all the work, like pinning it and everything. Oh man. Well, I'm gonna have to do some extra work there. Good thing it broke now, not at a tournament. I have to do some touch up on all that stuff. Well. You get to see me do a little bit more maintenance on my army here. Okay, let's go through. Forgot mine. Okay, yeah, thanks a lot, Colbeck. Thanks, I appreciate it. I forgot mine. Trying to decide if I want to play Dark Angels, Wrath of the Rock, or Scintillating Legion Demons for 2026. So if Otaris, honestly, just play something that you're going to enjoy, kind of painting, collecting, and kind of what you feel would be the most fun on the tabletop for you, regardless of what the edition does, right? So if the edition goes up and down, and rules change, and releases come in, like, what do you feel you're just going to have fun playing? My meds says, oh yeah, tabletop Chuck, it happens. Joel says, do you think the meds help or hurt you with 40k? They have helped me. Not less, like, 40k is 40k. It didn't, so I was always afraid, like, oh, will it kind of change how good I am at the game or whatever? No, it didn't actually change that at all. What it did is it helped me, like, focus in games more. Especially the pre-game stuff. Like, I'm less fidgety. I'm more focused on getting the job done and getting stuff done that I need to get done. So overall, I feel it was beneficial for me, for sure. Like, quite beneficial for me. I'm on Vyvanse. It's a very small dose of Vyvanse. And I went in, was it almost 2 years ago now? You know, had like a rude awakening with like few things in life, and made some choices. I was like, I'm gonna go see about, you know, getting diagnosed and getting some medication, see if it works. And to be honest, I love it. Yeah, it's really good. Like, I definitely have noticed a huge difference in my life, in a positive way, not in a negative way, in a positive way. So, I stopped using Ritalin after 2 years, made me into a soulless robot, but after I have no issues falling asleep, and I used to before that I took it. Yeah, so like it's like being able to fall asleep and stuff is like massively important. So I was doing like a low dose, and then I was like, oh, let's try a big dose or like a higher dose, and then I just couldn't sleep. I was like staying up until like 3 a.m. every morning. I was like, this is not working for me. So I just went down to the lower dose, and it's not like it doesn't fix it, right? It doesn't. It's not like a be-all end-all. Like taking meds for ADHD is not like a cure-all, but it's like you have to like put work into like other parts of your life to sort of like make it work for you. It just helps regulate the mood swings and like your attention when you're trying to get something done, or like if you have a project that I want to do, I'm like I kind of try and focus on it instead of starting 50,000 different projects without finishing a single one, which is probably the hardest part of like having ADHD. My advice for GSC is to never let them put you in jail. Yeah, that's a good one. Happy New Year, Kiben. What's going on? Thanks a lot. And Happy New Year to you as well. So, after painting up a boatload of Drukhari to battle ready, I got a big burnt out painting. Built and primed the list alterations I wanted. I left them, but left them there. Yeah. Just one, paint. Just put paint on it. One little thing at a time. I faced jail this before, but GSC put me in prison. Yeah, they do. You have to, things like, you have to be ready for it. Like, when I played, a good example is I played GSC at Tacoma. I played Floof, and he basically tried to put me in prison, in jail, and I killed like 6 of his units in the first turn. They were all his screening units. So you have to be ready to sort of meet that aggression with aggression. Kill the screens. There you go. Yeah. Every unit is a screen. That is also true. Picked up half-done box Dark Angels last Christmas. Started doing the Deathwing Knights. I'm doing them as Legion of the Damned. Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Green stuff, flames and stuff. That's pretty cool. Woter. I've only one loss with Wrath of the Rock in your face attachment for the lion. Makes sense. I took Concerta for a while and it made me not want to eat. Yeah, the like appetite thing is definitely a thing. I was thinking that as I did have a Harlequin army, it seems like I'll like them. Yeah, you should try a whole bunch of stuff. This issue is like I have ADHD with no way to get diagnosis. I'm an adult in Germany, says Kisme. Like, it wouldn't hurt to talk to a doctor or whatever and kind of see what the process is. Like, yes, here in Canada and North America, they tend to be very liberal with like, dosing folks with things. I had the benefit, or the benefit that my brothers were kind of like diagnosed with it. So they were diagnosed with it, which made it easier for me to sort of like make a decision on to if I wanted to go for like a medication. It was easy for me to be like, well, my brothers are on this one, and genetically speaking, they've done all the trial and error. It's likely that the one that they're using that works for them works for me. So I didn't really have to do a lot of the trial and error that goes with it. I was like, what are the odds? And so far it's been working great. Don't need any Harlequins in the list, like Drukhari roll ones and everything. A bunch of good. Yeah, you don't need Drukhari in any list. Hey, Coach, what's going on? It's Greg. Hi, Greg. What's going on? Looks like my paint test. 15 Black Templar Terminators. Yeah, this is like how my paint test looks. I got all these paints back here. Oh, I've also got this thing that I'm working on, which is one of my... I can't wait to get this done. Like, it's to a point where it's got some silver on it now, a couple extra points, colors, and it'll be like battle ready, but I'm excited about running this at some point. Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Now we're going to do one of my favorite things to do with these. I have to get most of this stuff ready because I got a battle report to film on Monday and then on Wednesday. Got tons of stuff I need to get done, so. So now I'm just going to be basically doing this, which I did with the other ones. And then I did a dry brush, like this soft wash, because I was like, I needed to kind of spruce up the wings, because I haven't really touched up on these wings. They just have like a single color on them. But like the wash on the wings plus a dry brush on the wings really made the wings pop. So I'm very, very, very excited to do that on these ones as well. And I have another 5 that I need to paint as well that are built. They're nicely converted, have all the stuff that I wanted, but I just need to put some paint on them too. You know, lo and behold, it's kind of how it works. The game extender. The game extender. What is the game extender? Don't know what that is. Man, oh man. I had such a fantastic time last season at the ITC season, pushing for that like top spot. Some great competitors out there. It's such a great community of folks. Like, I had so much fun playing at like the highest level of competition. It was really, really cool. I hope I can do it again. Happy New Year, Lorebreaker. What's going on? Just want to say, gone to 40k this past year and watched you a lot. Nice. Flipped a coin on picking my first army. Now I have 2,000 points of agents. Looking forward to paint Drukari next. That is awesome. And you are a very, very brave soul going straight into agents. I love the agents army. Like, people joke that it's not a real army, etc., etc. But I will tell you right now that I look at agents and I'm like, I could make this army sing. Like, it's one of those things where there's so many like moving parts and it's so like weird and esoteric, and people think it's trash. But I like, that's the kind of army that makes me like really want to play Warhammer. You know, it's just a ton of models. Although Phil, like Team Canada Phil, like one of the guys that's on the Team Canada board up in Ottawa, where he was in the board last year. He has an agent's army, and he said that I could borrow it anytime. So I don't know. Maybe there's some Skari playing agents in the future at a tournament. If there's enough Patreon support feedback, then I might do it. Should be super fun. That'd be awesome. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Okay, one down. 5,000 more to go. Rep X because of all the weapons. Ah, yes. The game. You mean game ender or the game extender? Oh, the game extender because it takes so long to roll the dice. Oh, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Hey, what's going on, Foz? That is Foz, right? Happy New Year. Managed to win versus Admech in a newbie game. It's a lot about positioning. Yes. Yeah, against Admech, it is definitely. Agents are scary in the right hands. Trust me. Oh, I know. I've got to play against agents a few times this season. Although according to my Best Coast Pairings app recap, my most played against faction was Space Marines, and then Necrons were like the two that I played against like the most all year or all season. So that was kind of cool to see, actually. With like the data showing, oh yeah, you played against a lot of Space Marines. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And you played against a lot of Necrons. I was like, that's cool. Neat. I did feel like they put me into a lot of Necrons over the year, like especially at team events. They're like, Skari, you get the Necrons. I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's do this. You know, it's just fun. Fun times, I say, fun times. How did you make agents work one last time before the new edition? Yeah, well, if that's something you'd like me to do, give me some feedback. You know, encourage me with some Patreon support. Yeah, that's what we're gonna say. Stream is definitely making edge highlighting 30, which is a lot less daunting. Well, thanks for coming to hang out. You know, painting and just hanging out and stuff. I love doing this. We'll probably do this for a couple hours this evening or today before I have to like get ready for my own New Year's celebrations with family. It was a good opportunity for me to get some of this like work that I wanted to get done. Because it is stuff I need to get done anyway, so I might as well get it done now, and with all of you lovely folks hanging out. which makes me happy. Whoop. Yeah, Foz. If your Christmas present didn't arrive, it's because I forgot your unit number. Oh, well, just message me on the Discord, Foz. But I really appreciate it. Thank you. And I haven't actually. It's been snowing so crazy that I haven't actually gone outside at all to even like check the mail. To be fair, so it might just be sitting in the mailbox. No, I appreciate that, Foz. Thank you. Dark Eldar going to be very desired for team events. Oh, heck yeah. It's one of those armies that's quite good in the right hands, you know? So putting it in a teams event, or teams for a teams event, very smart. If you have a faction specialist on Drukhari, you will always be happy, basically. So, hey, thank you, Joel, for a super chat. That means a lot. Thank you very much. Pay real money to watch you win a GT with Crusaders and Grimaldus. You'd like me to take my Black Templars to an event, wouldn't you? Supporting Skari, the person, not Skari the Archon, but that's just me. We have to respect the market, right? Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate you supporting me as a person rather than like the faction that I play. I think that's actually one of the things that makes like the Denizen patron community, like the Denizen community on Patreon, is amazing. And I'm not just saying that because it pays the bills. I'm saying it because it's shown me that it's like I feel folks appreciate the vibes more than just like, oh, I want to get extra bonus content or whatever, right? So you get all the bonus stuff in the Patreon. Like there's the leagues that we do, and Meadows is just starting another Crusade League, for example, and we do like once the year settles in, we'll probably do the computer game nights again, where we like play computer games or whatnot, which was always super fun when we did it all together. So there's a cool community, but it's like it filters out, like having like a little bit of a financial investment to kind of join the community is like it filters out all the riffraff, which is great when you're thinking about online community stuff. And it also helps like me continue to make more content, so that's just like a bonus. But everybody has their different like perks, and there's so many different like platforms out there nowadays. It's like, it's like, people they put their money where they want to put their money from a like business perspective, right? But I very much appreciate that sentiment, Kisme. Thank you. In New York, okay, we got tons of stuff here. Let's see. The most basic strat is Imperialist fleet and taking no man's land with your infiltration units and holding the line as you pick off the biggest threats. Yeah, that's very good for like, yeah, let's put a little smiley and a like there. Yeah. Thank you very much, Joel. That means a lot, mate. Any advice on the list staples? For what? New York, we got piles of snow in the street that turn into big bricks of ice. Yeah, that does happen. Do you expect the next 40k edition to release in 2026? Trolley, potentially. Like if you look at it timeline-wise, it makes sense. Based on the 9th edition and 10th edition releases. Archon, Lilith, Cabalites, Venoms. Use these in every list. Yeah, definitely use those in almost every list. I love the community so much. Well, thank you, Kisme. I love the Denizen community. You folks are just fan-frickin-tastic. Total War League. Oh man, that would be intense actually. How would that even work? Sweet, I have all of these things. Get a bunch of Scourges and Hellions, if you can find any, right? Isn't that like the thing right now? Is like people can't find any because they're like sold out everywhere. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. I need some more of this stuff. Soft tone army wash. Do I have any more? I think I'm on my last little bit. I've got all of these paints, but I don't have anything that I need. I actually tend to use the same paints like over and over and over and over again. Is anybody else like that? Like you have like a thing full of paints, but like you just use the same colors again and again and again. You know? Or is that just me? Or is that just me? This is very fun. I'm glad I'm getting these scourges done up for the tournament. Like I'm going to one of the next big events I'm going to. So I'm going to TGX in January, and then I'm going to Wet Coast GT over in Vancouver, British Columbia, which is going to be awesome. And I'm organizing a stint with Play on Tabletop. So I should be filming a battle report with Play on Tabletop while I'm out there. So I'm really, really pumped about that. Can't wait, actually. That's like, yeah, it'll be like my first real battle report that's like one-on-one. As the last time I went, I was in like did like an apocalypse season finale thing. JT and I were on the same team. I think we played against Tanya and someone else. And I'm looking forward to that. It'll be a good time. Yes, I do. I have more paints never opened than paints used. That's how it is. That's, if that's how you feel, let me know. It's like paints. There's never enough paints. Never enough paints. But I've been having so much fun filming all the battle reports I've been filming lately as well. Like, the one that's coming out this Friday is, I've been playing around with Sky Splinter Assault, and so Sky Splinter Assault versus Thousand Suns was a great freaking game. Like, what a match. I cannot wait for you folks to watch it. It was really good. And came down to the wire, like the last cards and some dice rolling. Like, just, it was insane. What a great game. So I can't wait to share it with all of you folks. Okay, what do we got here? And then I guess we gotta do this one too. Oh no, yeah, one more thing. Okay, I guess I can do this guy's little head thingy first. And I'll go back after do the wings a little bit better elsewhere as well. Something like so. Okie dokie. Okie dokie karaoke. Play on tabletop is great. Collaboration would be even better. Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be good. It's like we organized it. I think Dan from Red Dragon, like Red Dragon Gaming, he's got his channel kind of like that he's been working on doing battle reports and stuff every week or whatever. So that's been super fun. This, by the way, was a Christmas gift from my son and my wife. It's like the little turrets for Necromunda, but I'm gonna use them for like running campaigns and stuff. I like having little things like that. Like terrain and little doodads like that last a lifetime. Because they're things that you're gonna use pretty much all the time. Depending on what you're doing, so. Okay, now it's time to put some color on these disintegrators. So we put Dawnstone, right? That's the color that I use for these. And then I do a wash. And then I do a Dawnstone. Yeah, there you go. Kisme. It's a good one. It's a good one. I got Damien to make all the thumbs for me, so I got the thumbs ready. Why does the patrons not get early access? Because I only have limited time to edit. So I sit down and edit, usually Thursday night, and then it goes out on Friday. I don't have a backlog of battle reports to upload. But that is a great question, Kisme. I only ever have like maybe one battle report at a time that's like in the can, so to speak. So I could definitely... I don't know why my nose is so freaking itchy today. Just put paint on it, folks. That's the spirit right there. That's the spirit I like to talk about here. Right now we're just putting some color on the little disintegrator cannons so I can have my second disintegrator cannon Ravager ready to go for the TGX. It's a team event, so 5-person teams, which is awesome, and I finally get to go to an event after so long with the Stutter Scrub crew, and Dustin is going to be on the team. Oh, I'm so pumped about that, because for the last year, like, every time Dustin gone to a team event, I've been on, like, a different team, like Red Dragon, and so we've, like, literally have missed each other all of last year, even though we do the podcast together and everything. And so finally we get to do it properly, and I'm so pumped to be able to do it properly. Finally. Should be a good time. Spectacle for teams, I am running Cabalite Cartel. Spectacle is too easy. It's like it's fun, but it's not a challenge. Like, I don't find it challenging personally. And yes, I sound really snobby when I say stuff like this. And I'm very well aware that I sound really snobby when I say stuff like this. It's just, like, it does one thing and it does it really well, and you just have to rinse and repeat every single turn. It's not rocket science. It's like you run up, you disrupt, you run up, you disrupt, you run up, you disrupt, and that's kind of it. Cabalite Cartel has been a little bit more of a challenge in the sense that there's, like, you know, you actually have to, like, there's a couple more little agency thought processes that I need to, like, take care of and track, you know, like, who am I putting the little thing on, or whatnot. And, like, Strife is very, very powerful and strong, and, like, but it's just, I don't just want to go, like, if I wanted to go and win, like, if I was going to, like, a GT where I was like, I want to win, yes, I'd probably run Spectacle. But, like, I'm going to a team event to hang out with friends, so I want to play something that's going to be fun for me to play over, like, 5 or 6 rounds. And that's going to be Cabalite Cartel. Because it's going to be a hell of a lot more entertaining for me than just running witches at people. And, like, just kind of putting a problem in front of them. Like, I want to actually, like, develop my skill set in that sense. Any advice for Drakari a team's environment? Yeah, so make sure that you are, you know, skew a little bit, but don't over skew, because a lot of the times if you over skew, they'll just reject you, and then you go into, like, the scrim at the end. And then if you don't have enough tools, then you're in a bad position. So you want to make sure that you can play kind of like any list, any sort of defending style as a defender, to just get points. And that's, like, what the biggest solution that I've said is don't make your skew make you lose the games that you're supposed to kind of win anyway. It's like going for a bunch of anti-tank guns is great, but sometimes you need more than just anti-tank guns, right? Great example is my World Championships, not my World Champion, my team, my WTC list, right? Had the 3 Scourge units, had, like, all of the anti-tank stuff or whatever, but at the end of the day, I also had a unit of Scourge in the list. Why did I have a unit of Scourge in the list? Well, because, not a unit of Scourge, a unit of Hellions, because I knew that people were going to reject me, and they did. They rejected me lots of times, and then I ended up playing against, like, Eldar and stuff like that, and I needed those Hellions to help me fight into those matchups. So it was like I was prepared to get rejected multiple times, and still have a fighting chance into some of the meta armies out there without getting just lose, because some people would have gone, okay, I'm going to skew against Knights, and they'd be like, great, so I'm going to take all the Scourge, and I'm going to take Ravagers, and I'm going to take allied, like, Harlequins, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. It's like, don't do that. Like, it's good to have a focus, but don't over-focus and then lose the game. I've been liking the disintegrators on Ravagers. Take 2 Dark Lance Scourge with it. Yep. Yeah, so I've got 2 Ravager Disintegrators in my Cartel list, and I've got 2 units of Dark Lance Scourge, and then I've got 1 unit of Carbine Scourge as well. I'm really enjoying that sort of like little like tech piece. Is it weird that I put grenade launchers with glue next to death totems of my Wolfen just because Magnetism annoys me? Grenade launchers with glue next to the death totems? No, I don't think so. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Good day, Charles. How's it going? Nice to see you. Hope you and the family have a great new year. Look forward to the new year to come. Woohoo! Yeah, happy new year. Hope you had a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday with you and yours as well. Yes, we all do. That's how we make our armies match. Thank you for the advice into teams. Actively taking out my Harlequin Haywire bikes as we speak. Like the Haywire bikes are good. Like personally, I never found like a really good use for them, which is why I didn't put them in a lot of my lists. Right, that was just kind of like something that I kind of came to terms with. Was that it's like I loved having them in my list, but not really. You know, so just one of those things. It's just one of those things. When you don't want to wake up, everything is everybody. You don't really know why, but you want to justify. Now I'm doing a little bit of just work on the inside here. As you can tell, it's been a while since this has been sort of like worked on. Just a little dusty. It's a little dusty, you know. Got a little bit of dust in there. I just haven't used my Ravagers in forever. 6-inch deep strike spooks opponents out sometimes. We got some space in the middle of the board. It's like 85 points. It's 80 points. It's not really the best, in my opinion. Like, it's okay, but it's nothing, like, to write home about. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's fine. It's okay. Like, I like it, sure. But it's definitely designed for, like, it's designed more for the extra AP, so I'm taking it more for like the buff that it gives, because then I can make my Dark Lances go to AP 4. I can make my Disintegrators go to AP 4 on like key targets. So I got one guy with a Shredder, and then the rest of them with the carbines, just so I can absolutely guarantee a hit. Yeah, the datasheet rule for the extra AP is definitely why I take them. Yeah. It's kind of what my thought process is with that. You know, just one of those things that you kind of end up doing, like thinking about it over time, and then eventually it kind of comes out to that's something that you might want to use or do. So every once in a while, when I'm like working on, say, a unit like this, where I'm like revamping the guns or whatever, I tend to do a little bit of touch-up work on stuff. You know what I mean? I'll just do a little bit of touch-up work. I'll kind of like make the like clean up a couple of the lines, fix some of the chipped paint. You know, so I kind of like putting a little bit of extra work on things like this. You know, because if I'm doing some extra work, I want it to kind of look cohesive to like the rest of my army in terms of where it's at, skill-wise, over the fact that I've like kind of improved my skill set over the years. So I'll take a little bit of time to do this. And then it'll kind of make the colors look a little richer and stuff as well, which I'm excited about. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's like, you know, it kind of feels like I feel connected to the models and give them a little bit of love, which I think is nice. What do you think about the Void Raven Bomber in Cartel? Haven't really used the Void Raven Bomber. Like, it doesn't gain anything from being in Cartel, right? Like, it's nice to, you know, strip cover, right? Which is fine. It just doesn't gain anything. It's not a Blade for Hire. It's not a Cabalite unit. So, like, I'm still trying the Bomber in my Sky Splinter Assault list, right? Because of the 4-up invulnerable save, which is like the only reason it could potentially survive more than a turn. But it tends to like die super fast anyway, so like that amount of points can be kind of posted in something else. It's definitely like not worth 200 245 points or whatever it is now, which is totally my fault. So I do apologize to all Dark Eldar players who love their Void Raven bombers. That is 100% my fault. I will take full responsibility for the nerfing of that wonderful unit over me using it way too much to the chagrin of Games Workshop, who were trying to phase out aircraft, right? Or at least that's kind of like the feeling I get. Yeah, what is a VRB? A Void Raven bomber. I looked up the Void Raven. It's like only 5 points less than a Rogue Dorn now. Yeah, it definitely does not do what a Rogue Dorn does. That is for sure. Like, don't get me wrong. It's cool to have that sort of like pseudo indirect fire, right? Because that's just kind of how that works. It's like pseudo indirect fire. You know what I mean? Like it just kind of shoots indirectly. Because that's what it does. But other than that, it doesn't really have much else to offer. The guns are great. The fact that it lost its full rerolls to hit, though, that does make it a lot less reliable at killing full squads of things. Which is a shame, because I did like being able to split its fire, right? Back in the day, you could, like, split fire, give it sustained hits, like if you were playing it in, like, Reaper's Wager or something, and then you could, like, see it potentially wipe out like 2 separate units with sustained hits and full rerolls and stuff, and that's just not something that you can kind of do anymore with it, which kind of sucks. I've never played Marines, but 2026 I'm thinking I might expand my collection into Dark Angels, basically the last year's Dark Angels Christmas box, Leviathan box, Space Marine Combat Control. That is a great idea. That is a good idea. Great way to get into Space Marines, though. Play some units and models that are definitely like that you already have, you know what I mean, and just kind of expand on that. Great way to save the wallet. And if you already have it, you might as well. Most of my armies that I make are because I already have those models, right? When it comes to building a list or whatever, I'm like, oh, what do I need to build? I'm going to build something that's kind of like I have already. Oh, look, I have these models already. Oh, look at that. Isn't that fancy? That's one way of doing it. I like that way. If I read the Heldrake datasheet, I always cry. One of the most beautiful models. Zero reasons to play it for the points and what it does. Only fun. Looking great. Real reason. So sad. Any tips on what to get? Obviously, Azzy. Yeah, Azrael, the Lion. You know, those kind of units are really good. As for what you said, Kisme, the Heldrake is still paying for like the sins of its past, you know, when it was like one of the most OP units in the game back in, was it 7th edition? Still paying for the sins of the past, I tell you. Still paying for the sins of the past. And then we got a little bit of wiggle room in here, just to give it some love. Not something that I had really thought about doing, but might as well. There you go. Gives it a little bit of love. Give it a little bit of love, love, love. Wet palette. Yeah, I could do a wet palette. I do have a few wet palettes, actually. I just haven't used them at all. Right now, I'm just doing a quick little touch-up, so I'm not really trying to be Picasso over here or Michelangelo. I'm just putting paint on it, you see. Getting it good enough. Good enough. You know, it's like a key to how I build and paint my models. Good enough. You know, it doesn't have to be overly complicated. Don't get me wrong, I do like a wet palette, though. What about you? Do you folks like wet palettes and stuff? See, there you go. It's like a nice richer color. Gives me a little bit of extra wiggle room. It's probably what I'm gonna do with I like this color a lot better. The Mornfang brown, definitely better than like the old whatever the hell that was, like Commando khaki or something. That makes it even worse. I use the lid of my wet palette as a palette. I'm using a yogurt thing. What's it called? Yeah, see? Cottage cheese. Yummy cottage cheese. Delicious. Delicious cottage cheese. That's how it works for me. Delicious cottage. Cottage cheese. Oh, I need to do a little bit of work on this guy. Look at this. He's missing like a whole thing. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Okay. Okay, so I need one of those, two of those. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I'm going to use the washroom, and I'm going to grab a few things that I need, and I'll be right back. Behave, champ. I have returned. I have returned. Okay, so what do we grab in here? Just went into my bits box. Needed one of these. I need one of these. I need a smaller one for the edge. There, one of these. Is that the same one? No. It's this one. No, not that one. This one. That one? Yeah. Excellent. You didn't get to see me do some maintenance over here. The kind of stuff that after you play an army forever, you know, it's one of those things. Ow. Ow. Oh, I'll pass on the cottage cheese, thanks. I'll stick to the paint water. Yeah, that's right. You know it. You know it. You love it. You know it and you love it. Here I am, like, just triggering a bunch of people. Just triggering all of you. Triggering. Isn't that what good content creation is all about? Just, like, triggering people so that it gets the clicks. I don't subscribe to that way of making content, by the way. That's why I dislike, like, following sort of like the trends or whatever. I just do what I do. If people want to watch it, they do, and if they don't, they don't, and that's just how it is. I'm old school that way. I'm like, you're never gonna see me put up a video to be like, oh, and then, you know, 5 reasons why, 5 reasons why this person sucks at Warhammer or whatever. It sounds so silly. Would you change your main army if you lose the vibe of the army on the table against characters or change the rules in a crazy way? No, probably not. I'm like stubborn enough, Gizmy, that I would be like, oh yeah, you want to change how my army works? Well, 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 I'll show you, and then I'll just adapt. That's also because I'm a glutton for punishment, I guess, in a way. Like, I'll be like, I'll show you, you sons of guns, you know? Does that make me crazy mad? Yeah, probably. Hey, Lionel! Happy New Year, my friend. What is going on, sir? Thanks for coming to hang out and saying hello. Happy New Year to you. Thanks for coming to say hi. Thanks for coming to say hi. It means a lot to me. Yeah, folks are gonna start like getting ready to do their evening stuff. Yeah, we'll probably do this for another what 45 minutes or so, and then we'll get going. Then we'll get going. That'd be a good time. This is what I call, this is a hand priming. Just grabbing some Pro Acryl because they're very good, and just kind of doing some like hand priming on this because I'm going to do a quick fix. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's just gotta make it good enough that once I glue it on, I can just gives it a little bit of life, like so. I want that. Teach me. It's definitely something that comes with practice. You know, lots and lots of practice. It's mental practice. I've written quite a few articles of it. Hey, Brimstone, what's going on? Did the thinkable and bought a great unclean one. How's that unthinkable? How is that unthinkable? I don't think that's unthinkable. Great unclean ones are pretty cool. There we go. See, this is what I'm talking about. Getting some lovely stuff done here. There we go. I'm going to make sure that it looks good. Done and done. Mana do. Oh, this is going to be such a good one. When it's done, it's going to be so good, folks. It's unthinkable because my wife said yes. Oh, there you go. Hey, if it's condoned chaos, then it's, you know, not really chaos. So I don't know what I can say. Seep beep. I got to learn how to paint. Yeah, take your. Like, I don't profess to know how to paint. You know, you kind of learn over time. Just kind of fumble my way through colors. It's kind of how I look at painting. Fumble my way through colors, really. And you know, I try and pretend like I know what I'm doing. Yeah, make it up as I go along. Heck yes, more Ravagers. That's right, Colin Sherlock. What's going on? I own 3 Ravagers, right? But this is just me getting my second one ready for the event that we're going to this weekend or whatever. Not this weekend. The TGX. That's right. I've got to get my army sort of ready. I've also got Wet Coast coming up, and I'm thinking of running a very similar list. So having it all ready to go, very useful for me. Just good to have it all set and ready. Okay. Now we get to do some of the fun stuff here. So let's see. This guy here. See, I'm not shy to like just literally. Oh, that was easy. Oh, that's even easier than this. I haven't actually glued down the body of this Ravager. I guess back in the day. So that's gone. That's a nice piece of trash. That means this can go in here nicely. Good. So we've got that sorted for that. And then I need to just glue that piece on there. So let's get the glue, shall we? The glue. 56 minutes until a new year. Oh, that's awesome, Gizmy. That's awesome. And that's the spirit. May the new year flow through you. And then eventually it's going to get to us in about 6 hours, 7 hours, and then it'll be here. How have you enjoyed Talos in the new codex? I've enjoyed them, fair enough. They're Talos. Yeah, they are what they are. I've come to love them. I don't leave home with at least 2. Like, I like them. It depends on the composition of the rest of my army, though, because they are like 160 points, which is great. They're very good for that. Oh, I should probably put a third one down too. They're great for that sort of stuff. Actually. But, like, I don't always have 160 points to spend. To be honest, like, if I'm being brutally honest with that. Oh, look, there's a couple of painted ones already. Were they from a Venom? Aha, well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to recycle the hell out of that one. Because like that, I don't have to prime it. I should have actually paid notes, paid attention. And that's going to go right in the middle. There we go. Right in the middle. Like so. There we go. Just getting all the little spiky things done, because I haven't actually put a lot of the spiky stuff on in a long time. But I do like the Talus. They're fun. Like, I'll use them in certain builds. You know what I mean? In certain builds I have them and I use them and whatnot. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Okay, so what's the easiest way? So easiest way, we just sort of like cut here, like so. Okay, and then cut here, I think. There we go. Okay. And then we flatten this out. Okay, and then we got a little bit of work here. Flatten this out here, like so. Okay. And then we have this here, so we go like this. Oh. And like this. Nope, this way. No, I like that one better. There we go. I'm just gonna cut this open like so. Make sure this is like nice and flattish. Like that. And we get the glue again. Let's see if I can finish my 5th Wolfen this year. Not celebrating this stuff for 4 years now. Not celebrating finishing models or New Year's. Yeah, some people like to celebrate, some people don't. You know, to each their own, really. Like, I think that there's always value in kind of having a little bit of that, like, nostalgia towards holidays or whatever. Oh, no. Come on. Don't tell me, no. Boo. There we go. And then you can come out. Tell me that it was good, please. Don't know why I said that before. Oh, I'm gonna have to open it up even further. Boo. Boo, I say boo. We need the bigger nail. We need the bigger nail. So, who has plans for 2026 already? Do you have any idea what you want to kind of do or achieve? Any thoughts? Oh my gosh. Come on. Come on, you silly thing. Ah, there we go. Oh, come on. Oh, for fudge's sake. Come on. Ah, there we go. No. Oh, come on. I have plans. First coaching with you, then reach the goals I set up for Warhammer. Nice. Those are some good plans. Going to Manchester GT, your first big tournament. Oh, that's awesome. That's fantastic. Going to like your first big event can always be like a big step. You know, a lot of folks ask me, they're like, "Hey, Skari, what's the best thing you can recommend for me to go to like a tournament or a big tournament?" I'm like, "Well, the first thing you have to do is you gotta buy a ticket." That is quite literally the solution to going to a tournament. Buy a ticket and show up. Buy a ticket and show up. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna let it sit. Ah, beautiful. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. And now we can toss this stuff and this stuff. Not using that. Cool little spiky things. I like having my army, what you see is what you get, so I will do stuff like this. I'll cut stuff up, I'll do some quick on-the-fly adjustments and fixings, because I like having my army looking like it's supposed to with the right equipment, gear, all that stuff. GT in Edinburgh, nice. That's awesome. Win an RTT, podium at a GT, enjoying the journey no matter what, baby. That's right, Joel. You know you got this, brother. That's how it's going to be. All the work and effort you're putting into it, hell yeah. If you buy a ticket and show up, don't forget to bring an army with you. That's probably just, but that's like the third or fourth thing on the list. Hopefully, I will win a game. Nice. There we go. Look at that. Excellent. So that's basically fixed in terms of that. So now I get to do some color on that stuff as well, which is nice, and kind of get that up to speed. Innes is doing a teams event, so keen on that if my local clubs need a player still to sort the rosters. Yeah, there was talk about, I think, Dan, Red Dragon, Dan and the crew making it out to Scotland to have Innes run a list or an event or whatever as well. I think he was going to run a team event or something that we were probably going to be going to, so that sounded like a really fun thing to do. Hey! Thank you so much for the super chat. 10 buckaroos. Thank you very much. Lol something or other. Why can't I see the full name here? Happy New Year! Happy Drukhari New Year! What's your recommendation loadout on Hand of the Archon for Cartel? That is a great question, lol. So, for the Hand of the Archon, I would run the Splinter Cannon and the Shredder or the Blaster, right? So that's fine. I would always give the Sergeant the Blast Pistol. I do like having the Blast Pistol. I think it's very, very useful. Yes, you don't get the lethal hits or the precision, but it is what it is. And I would, I've been running, so I was running Malice solo for a long time, but since I've been starting to run the Cavalite the Hand of the Archon, I've been running Malice with the hand to great effect. So I split the hand into Venom, and I put, so what I have is I have 5 of, so 5 combat ones. So that's 5 Hand of the Archon. So we got the pistol with the like medic kit, right? The pistol with the medic kit, the razor flails, the sergeant with the power sword, and the sergeant with the power sword, and the, oh my goodness, the like rack weapons or whatever, like all the 3 close combat weapony stuff in that unit. And then I put the little flag on the sergeant. The flag on the sergeant is important because it, like, Malice plus the flag, you know, become like, they're like 4 OC, just the 2 models, which can be like surprising to people, where you just like run 2 little models up and like take away their objective with like 2 of them, like they'll contest a tank, which I think is very, very important. Yeah. And then you put the little guns in the Venom, and then you scout that Venom up, basically, with the guns, essentially. So, definitely something to take a look at, for sure. It's kind of what I would definitely do. You know, the hand has proven to be very killy. Like, you can actually go see one of the things that I did with it when I played Happy Crumpin'. We played like a live stream week and a half ago, and it was really cool to see because I just like yeeted it up at like his big nasty like unit that he'd kind of like built his whole army around, and I disrupted his plans, you know, which was really fun. I really enjoyed disrupting plans like that. He had a big like Iron Hands like combat Terminator brick, but I like went in and with the hand, Malice with a pain token, of course, has precision, right? So she just like knocked out one of the key characters of that combo that he had. And you know, in that game, I was just throwing the stuff at a wall and seeing what stuck or whatever. Like it wasn't a big deal. But so I wasn't being tactical about it. I was just kind of seeing what she could do. I was very pleasantly surprised. She did way more than I expected, to be honest, which is hilarious. Definitely something I would recommend. But thank you so much for the super chat. That means a lot. So thank you. It means a lot. Okay, what are we doing here? I need to also do... You've got that. This. This has got the raised little bit here, which is important. Could definitely do a little bit more of that there. Oh no. We have to do gray on it anyway, so I'm going to have to use a smaller brush for that. Buenas tardes. Hi, Carl Ray. What's going on? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming to hang out. Lord Nerdbane, do you prefer the blaster or the shredder on the hand? To be honest, I've been preferring, like, I like the blaster. I think having the blaster is just good in general. If the hand had like reroll hit rolls, like it's just you know, the shredder doesn't take advantage of the lethal anyway, right? Because it auto hits, right? So it does not. You're never gonna get lethal hits. Like if anything, you'd be going for like precision, which is like probably the least useful thing. And at least with Malice in there, you can go for like a sustained hit. And then if you roll like a 6, all of a sudden it's like 2 blaster hits and 2 blast pistol hits or whatever. So like I find that to be a lot more valuable than the precision. But the splinter cannon I do like the splinter cannon with lethals and precisions and stuff. Like I definitely like that. That I do like a lot. So I would kind of keep the splinter cannon for sure. And then of course Malice in there gets pretty spicy when she's got her Hand of the Archon help, which is like the one way I've really enjoyed having her. And you know, like that, she stays on the table, has a retinue, has scout to move that vector up the board, which is very, very strong. Like nothing, not to like overstate it, but that's like incredibly good. I have 2 questions as Marco. Competitively speaking, how do you play? Do you play only Drukhari? I'll play whatever I want to play. How many languages do you speak? I speak English, un poco de, bueno, español también. Hablo español porque soy mexicano. Soy mexicano y mis papás son españoles. Y nací en México. And type français. Type seulement. A little bit of French. Mainly because my wife is from New Brunswick. So they're Acadian. So I learned a little bit of French, but it's like very slurred dialectical French called Braille. So yeah, I when I went to Belgium, I could like order stuff in French, you know, and I wouldn't like starve, if that makes sense. Or if I go to Quebec, like they'll know that I'm trying instead of like them just telling me to like speak English and roll their eyes at me, you know what I mean? I need to take my dog on a walk real quick before people escalate with fireworks. See you later. Yeah, see you too, Kisme. Happy New Year if we don't see you before then. Happy New Year if we don't see you before then. I do have a lot of fun painting. Like when I do sit down and actually paint, I so enjoy it. It is so fun. I just like I don't get to do it as often as I'd like because life and, you know, life and work and, you know, I'd be like I should be instead of painting, I should be filming. So this is like the only time that I get to like paint and film almost at the same time, and it's like it's a good use of my time when I'm doing both, when I'm streaming. I'm also working on a couple of fun only for me projects. One of them is a cool table that I'm building for people to play games when they come to my house. But that's like a me project, so I'm not really going to be showing that off. I might take some pictures when it's done, you know, like as I'm playing games or whatever, but until it's done, that is a project that is going to get only behind the scenes, maybe just for the patrons. But it's not a public project. And then, yeah, that's just for me. Okay. It's nice to go back and kind of get the colors redone on this, you know, especially after so long. So, I hope everybody's having a good day so far. Probably going to be wrapping this up in a little bit soon. It's been really fun to have everybody hanging out. Man, oh man. It's crazy to think that, like, this has literally been... This is, you know... Happy New Year, says Am. Hello! And boat. Time to change my paint water? Ah, it's fine. I'm using the same color. It's all good. It's all good. I'll change it soon. That's where I get, as anybody who knows and has watched me do painting before, that's where I get my power from. I get it from the unused paint water. It's like the secret to my power and my success. Done. Nothing but painting. I know. The picture you sent me, Joel, like with all of that stuff was crazy. You're like, so many things you have to get done, which is awesome. But I do like the fact that you're putting a lot of effort into this, my friend. So I'm glad you're really diving into it and full bore, like no looking back. So that's exciting. Always, as always, your models. Oh, thank you, Ikar Ray. It means a lot. Like I'm just do a little bit at a time, you know. I think one of the things that I set myself, like when I was starting to paint my Dark Eldar, is like I found that I had used a lot of silver and metallics with like my Black Templars, and I made a conscious effort ever since I started painting elves to not use metallics. So I use browns and grays, but I don't really use like I don't use metals. Metals would make it a lot easier for me to paint this army if I would to be like honest. You know, like it would look cool if they were all like metallic-y and stuff. But I was always of the thought that like elves, I feel, have been around for so long that they wouldn't really use like metallic alloys in any way for like their stuff because that's like crude, you know. So I feel like they would always use something more elegant in their like in what they like create. And so browns and yeah, it's always been like that for me. But like not non-metallic metals, like I wasn't trying to go for like non-metallic metals, more like no, they just don't use metals. Because they have found alloys that are not metallic in the universe that are cool. And I haven't really done a lot of the whole like you know, because a lot of my newer stuff doesn't really have a lot of this like like tribal marking stripes and stuff like that. But people do seem to like it when they see it. They're like, oh, cool tribal stripes and stuff. I'm like, thanks. Haven't actually done it in a while. Sorry, wait, are you supposed to change your paint water? It's a myth, it's a myth. Changing paint water, nobody does it. We use the same water, and the thing is it looks clear because all the sediment goes to the bottom. And then it's fine, again, you know? Of course I'm joking for anybody who's trying to learn how to paint. Make sure you change your paint water. For your paints, you know, for all of that stuff. Well, craft worlds are all Wraithbone. Yeah, like they're Wraithbone singers and stuff. Like I know that a lot of the Dark Eldar use like stone and whatnot. Like they don't really use Wraithbone. Like they use some, I guess, but they don't really have Wraithbone singers because it's like you have to be psychically attuned for that. So like if I was an Archon and maybe if I wanted to like flex my like Archon-y muscles, I'd like go and like capture a Wraithbone singer and have them like build me something if I really felt fancy. You know, I guess that was kind of how that would work. But now with this, right, it's cool because we have, there we go. It's nice because now it's all kind of matches, which is good. I like it when all the sort of like colors match-ish, you know. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, it's supposed to look decent. Of course, it's one of my older sales that I had or whatnot, so let's have some of that and some of this. Good, good, good. Oh, I'm gonna put a little bit of this color actually on. I don't know if I should do that or I should do like a different, like white or white, but the gray sort of like works well. So, oh, this brown. So I'm gonna put a brown on the tips of the disintegrators. And we're gonna make it. It will make it a thing. We shall make it a thing, folks. It's nice and watered down enough that it's not like too crazy. Started my Dark Eldar with white armor because I was thinking of doing black. It was my midway through painting Incubi when I realized white armor, purple helmet, and green weapons was giving off Joker vibes. Oh, that's cool. I wouldn't mind a Joker vibe, sort of like Dark Eldar Force. That'd be kind of cool. You know, cackling the entire way. Ah! Why so serious? They'd go around saying, right? That could be their battle cry. Why so serious? Took it, ran with it, did a freehand Heath Ledger joke. Nice, that's awesome. See, that's the spirit. You run with it, you go for it. And that's kind of like how this hobby comes alive. You know, just have fun with it. You're just supposed to have some fun with it, folks. Let me know with a comment what sort of things you'd like to see coming up this year from me. Of course, you should still be getting your weekly battle reports, right? So that should be still going up. Any sort of like behind paywall stuff that I do with other companies should be going up for patrons and members as always, like with mini wargaming and things like that. So make sure you stay tuned for a whole variety of cool stuff. Of course, the best way to support me and the channel is by hopping onto the Patreon community, the denizens, without whom I couldn't do what I do. So the links for all that are in the description. You can check that. You can check out all the affiliate links and stuff like that as well for a variety of companies with discount codes and whatnot. So if you want to take advantage of that, you can. So and it does help me out. So thank you. It's been like almost 2 hours. First sip of water I've had. Maybe second. Whew. let's just say I'm glad I have some water. Ooh, I was thirsty. I didn't even know it. It's very thirsty. Okay. Got a little bit of this chaos black here, which is going to go into here. Like so, just to kind of tidy this up a little bit. Okay. Blood Bowl. Oh yeah. Yeah. The next Blood Bowl game I think goes out tomorrow. What's your favorite movie that came out this year? Oh boy. I haven't really had a chance to go to the movies. So it's more like, what movies have I seen that got released this year? That's a great question. This is my phone. Are you ready for this? Let's go down memory lane together. Films released this year. Okay. List. No. List of full films released this year. All new movies release date. No. Okay, let's see. Okay, Google isn't helping. So let's go into, I'm assuming AI could help us with this. AI, can you help us make a list? Help us make a list. I don't know what this is, but we go. Can you please, can you make a list? Make a list of all movie theatrical releases in chronological order for the year 2025. Boom. Okay, so Den of Thieves, Wolfman, Flight Risk Companion, didn't watch any of those. Love Hurts, didn't watch any of those. Black Bag, The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. Snow White, didn't watch any of those. The Amateur, Warfare, Sinners, didn't watch any of those. Final Destination, Mission Impossible, I did watch that one. How to Train Your Dragon, did not. Megan, no. Jurassic World, Superman, Fantastic Four. Actually, there was a Fantastic Four. I did enjoy that movie. SpongeBob movie. Why don't you make it a full list? Anyway, so I'd say like Fantastic Four was quite good. I did enjoy that movie. It was decent, but it's like one of the few movies I watched, if that makes sense. Like I didn't really see a lot of films this year. Like I didn't really have a lot of time to go and like watch movies. And Patreon only swag. Blood Bowl, Patreon. Yeah, I wish I could do like, I do have like, it's definitely something I need to do more, is like Patreon only stuff in terms of swag. Like I feel like I don't do enough. Which I think is like, that's it. It's like the imposter syndrome kind of like kicking in. Like you don't do enough. It's like I do more than a lot of content creators do in the same sphere that I am in. But I always feel like I don't do enough. But I hope everybody who hangs around feels like I'm doing enough. Let's see. Yeah. That's a good question, though. I hadn't actually thought about any of the films that I watched this year really at all. I guess this year, though, the thing is I spent so much time going to like events and like playing Warhammer, right? So like I didn't really get a chance to like do things other than play a lot of Warhammer all year long, which means I didn't really get to go to the movie theater like at all. Right? It's like, what's my favorite movie? Well, I don't know. All right, here's the real question. Pineapple as pizza topping? You're absolutely right. I love pineapple on pizza. Hawaiian is like my go-to. It is my go-to. and I absolutely love it. It is delicious. Yummy. Like it just goes, just so good. Yummy. I appreciate the effort you went through despite you seeing almost no movies. Thanks. Yeah, yep. Hey, you know what? It is one of those things. You wanted to know. I tried to find that information for you as best as I could. You never know when you need that information handy, so sometimes it's good to know. But I did like the Mission Impossible one. I did like, was Top Gun released this year? Was that like last year? Maverick. That's how long it's been since I've really watched a movie. That's how long it's been since I've watched a film. Mana mana do 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 do. Mana mana. I should probably check my phone. When I like dive into like this hyper focus style thing and I don't check my phone, it's like people try to reach me or whatever, family and stuff, and I'm like, I don't check my phone when I'm doing this. This is me. Technically, I'm supposed to be on holiday and not working, and this is kind of like work. So I guess technically I shouldn't be doing this at all if I was really trying to like be on holiday. But I really wanted to do a live stream. You know what I mean? Like it just felt like I just really wanted to. Or I felt like I really wanted to. There we go. It's what I call awesome. That was 2022. That long ago. That's funny. It was a while ago then. Let's just say that that's probably the last film that I really remember going to watch in the theaters. You know, I have seen a few films. Like I guess I have seen some films. I just, they don't register in my brain, I guess. That's funny. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure I've gone to see a few films with my kid as well. But like what films? Who the fuck knows? Hawaiian with jalapenos. Oh yeah, jalapenos, yummy. You gotta have a little bit of everything there. It's just delicioso, delicioso. Is delicious. Manamana do 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 pow. Panamana beam beat out pow pow pow. Manamana dun 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 dun. Okay, we're almost at that spot where I'm like, okay, I just got a few more things and I can call it quits for this. Which is almost there, almost there. Because I need to put some wash on this one and then it should be good to go. Almost should be good to go, yeah. There we go, look at that. That's what I call madness. Madness, I say. Madness. Okay, got to drop to play Dark Water with the family. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Joel. Thanks a lot for coming out, hanging out. Really appreciate it. Happy New Year to you and yours. And I will catch you on the flip side, my friends. I'm really glad you liked that super long coaching thing that I sent you. That was really fun to do. So I've got this like new coaching tier, which is like the super elite coaching tier. And so what I did is one of the perks it has is you can record a game. So you record an entire game that you play, and you send it to me. and I give you sort of like a play-by-play. Like I will watch the entire game back and give you like live feedback minute by minute as you're playing this game. It's like a sports coach basically going through like the plays of a game and basically calling out plays and stuff, which I think was really cool. And I got to do that for the first time, and that was awesome. So I really, really liked it. Anyway. Is a spiky bit around the radar a painted part? You mean like this? This little spiky bit? Yeah, that's like, it's painted brown, if that's what you mean. It is definitely painted. Okay, that goes over here. I'm gonna put a wash on this Scourge's wings, and wash on the disintegrators, and we're gonna call it a day, folks. We're gonna call it a day. It's gonna be, and then everybody's gonna go. You're gonna go and have fun for New Year's, and then we'll be back with more better than ever stuff. So if you have any final questions or stuff you'd like me to go over, please make sure you put them in the chat now or forever. Don't say anything. Where the heck is my little wash thingy? There it is. I found it. Is it printed? No. I don't really use 3D prints. I don't really use 3D prints. I'm sure you could probably 3D print parts that fit in that spot. Like if you wanted to like change it or change the design or whatever, that'd be kind of cool. You probably get some cool like ideas, I'm sure. It comes with the Ravager kit. Yes, yeah. So it comes with the Ravager set. Yeah, that like instead of just the individual spikes, it's like a longer thing. But yes, I believe, yes, you are, everybody who's commented is correct. It is part of the Ravager kit, because the Ravager actually comes with a couple of different things. It comes with like a separate thing that you can use for the nose, like the prow. It also comes with some additional styles of the rudder at the back. It comes with some extra like upgradey bits. The shock prow is one of my favorites. Like it comes with the shock prow, which is really cool. Not that the shock prow really does anything anymore, sadly, right? This is just not something that it does anymore. Like they don't, those upgrades don't really do anything. They used to. They don't do anything anymore. Much to my chagrin. You know, I wish that they did. Wish that they had like a cool ability like that, you know? Any thoughts on the units you'd like to see added to the Drukhari range? Oh, buddy, there's so many that I'd like to see. Like, I'd like them to bring back a lot of the old characters. You know, like the Baron Sathanix and Duke Sliskus and the Decapitator. You know, things like that. They would be so cool, considering they've been in the lore forever, and they just, you know, you just never had models for them. So they brought Malice like out of like the shadows, so that's been super cool because I'm, you know, a huge fan of Malice. But it's nice to, you know, hopefully that's something that we can see moving forward elsewhere as well, right? So okie dokie. So now I'm putting some of this wash on the disintegrators, so once that dries it'll be very similar to the color that's on the other little bit over here, which is good. I can do a little bit of highlighting and stuff, but this just allows it to kind of be passable in a game. Once you put the wash on it, it kind of gives it a little bit of that contrasting color, which is nice. Nothing too cray-cray. Nothing too cray-cray. And then I'm going to go and spend the rest of the evening with family. And we're going to celebrate New Year's. And it's going to be fabuloso. And then it'll be 2026, folks. Oh, heck yeah. That's the spirit. We're going to have such a good time. And then it'll be a new year. And then we'll get to do all the New Year stuff as well in the new year. Mana mana. Mana mana. Mana mana. Excellent, excellent. Look at this, look at this. Well done, well done. It's what I like to call using all the tools at my disposal, which in this case are a brush and a wash, and having all of the pieces that I ever need because I've been collecting this army forever. So I got tons of this stuff just lying around. They're everywhere, I tell you. There we go. That'll wash nicely. I can do some dry brushing later and stuff, and it'll be all set and ready to go. Happy New Year, JD3D381. Thank you very much for coming out. It's clearly a butt blade. Yeah, butt blade for sure. Even just one melee attack with a lance would be fun. Yeah, that'd be fun. I'm back. Glad to be here. 50 minutes into you watching fireworks. Excuse if my son wakes up by the noise. Hopefully you have a fantastic time. Enjoy the fireworks as well. Bring back Vect so our Primarch isn't a transport model. Yeah, we'll see about that too. You know, it'd be cool to have all those characters back, or, you know, a nice centerpiece model, which would be really fun. Cheers! For upload as always. Have a great new year. Hopefully I'll learn even more about how to actually play my Drukhari for me next year. Thanks all for hanging out, everybody. You're all amazing. I really appreciate your ongoing support, and I will catch you on the next video. Happy New Year, and here's to a fantastic 2026. Make sure you don't be shy. Message me on the Discord. Leave a comment down below if you'd like to ask any questions. Go into the Instagram, things like that, and I will see you on the flip side. Thank you so much, everybody.